We're going to continue to talk about cats and songbirds as well, because anytime I talk about cats, we always get somebody saying, what about songbirds? Because cats often kill them, and that is sadly the case. But Susan Morgan is the Chief Executive of Songbird Survival. What a great name for an organisation. And Sarah Elliott is from Cats Protection as well. Susan, maybe I'll start with you on the songbirds side of this. It's not exactly a debate. We want songbirds to survive, but why have you teamed up with Cats Protection? I mean, clearly it's a big issue.
It is, and we're really here today because we know there are scientific solutions that will help reduce the impact of hunting, but while also caring for your cat. So we teamed up with Cats Protection to do things that help songbirds, but also help cats as well.
What are the ways that cat owners can stop their cats killing songbirds then, Sarah? What do you think?
Well, we know that hunting is a natural behaviour for cats, so it's something that it's innate within them, that they have this urge to do it. And we want cats to fulfil their natural behaviours in some way, because we don't want to restrict their welfare in any way. So, but there are some simple things you can do to sort of reduce hunting of natural animals and bring that into the home. So what we're recommending is playing with your cat for just as little as 5 to 10 minutes a day with things like a fishing rod toy, for example, and just get them into that sort of hunting behaviour in a sort of wildlife-friendly way, really, at home. We've got some other tips as well to sort of reduce that hunting behaviour, and it's all based on a study that's been done by the University of Exeter.
Well, tell us those extra tips then you're saying there, because it's interesting. I know that Susan has been saying that March is a particularly vulnerable time for songbirds as we are in the nesting and breeding season. I'll ask her a little bit more about that in a second, but just give us those extra tips there, Sarah, if you don't mind.
Yeah, so we know that playing with your cat is going to get that hunting behaviour out in that other way, but also feeding them a high-protein diet as well has been shown to reduce the instinct to want to go out and hunt. And also, cats are they're a crepuscular animal, which means they're the most active at dawn and dusk. So if we can keep them inside at those periods of time, that's going to protect the wildlife at those periods, because that's the time when cats are sort of most driven to hunt. So that's another one of our tips as well, is just to keep them inside during those times.
Susan?
So these tips, they're great because they're really proven. We funded the research at Exeter University, and what we found is we found these really easy ways to win, but we did a poll recently that showed that the public, sort of cat owners, just weren't aware that it was a thing that they could do, and so that we wanted to educate them. And just to add to that tip that Sarah said about the keeping them in between dusk and dawn, we're hitting sort of nesting and breeding season for songbirds. It's an absolutely crucial time of year. You've probably all getting woken up a bit earlier at the moment with the songbirds and the dawn chorus. But what's happening is that birds are becoming particularly vulnerable, because you will get the adult birds coming out of the nest to get they'll be getting nesting material. They'll be coming out of the nest to get food for the young. The fledglings will be coming out, and they're really vulnerable at that time. So that particular tip is really important in spring, that would really help protect those vulnerable birds.
Great stuff. Well, thank you to both of you, Susan and Sarah, with good tips there, good ideas to keep the songbirds alive and keep your cats happy as well. Let's talk.